the second screen still is the second screen, and I think increasingly the second line between the second screen and the first screen are really going to be blurred, particularly when you look around CES now. So much of the technology and the consumer electronic manufacturers are building the screens right in. So as far as I'm concerned, there's so much fragmentation in the industry all over. My goal as the Bravo and Oxygen digital leader is just try to make sure that the content is discoverable wherever it is. So not only is the content discoverable, but then we also allow our fans to participate. And the second screen, particularly the phone, is just, you know, tailor-made for that. So I think the second screen as an interactive element, and then in the future, I think the holy grail that I would like to achieve ultimately is to build some sort of transactional business on top of the basic advertising and distribution business of Bravo and Oxygen. So I think the second screen will be critical to making that happen. So I think the second screen is still really important. For us, increasingly, it's all about discovery. When people look for a Bravo show, they're not necessarily looking for a Bravo show, they're looking for Top Chef, they're looking for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I think discoverability is everything, and I think that's where social networks are really going to help us, because increasingly it's a great way to find new viewers and bring them back to the mothership. And if that mothership is no longer just a TV network, that mothership also now exists on multiple platforms and increasingly on multiple phones. And so I think social discovery in combination with having Bravo be a truly multi-platform content experience, that combination together is going to be what leads us to our success. The business is changing at a rapid fire rate. For us, video on mobile is growing at triple-digit rate, and of course, TV everywhere is our next sort of what we believe to be a high potential way that consumers are going to look at video. So NBC is really working on making it a great experience, with authentication across all of our affiliates, and increasingly Bravo just is going to be an Xbox One. It's on Microsoft phones and Blackberries. It's going to be on Apple TV soon. So I think you'll find that sort of TV everywhere experience not only on the cable box, but increasingly wherever you can consume long-form content. What Bravo has to offer is a highly engaged audience. As I like to say, there's no better fan than a Real Housewife fan with a mobile phone at the end of her fingertips. So that engagement continues, and Bravo has always been sort of forward-leaning in the social space and participatory TV and getting fans to gauge around the content. The difference that we're seeing in the marketplace now is that advertisers are interested in also building their own platforms, and really my job is not only to drive the engagement on the Bravo digital platforms, but also to share it and tie it to the messaging that they're trying to do as well. So I think sponsors are a lot more savvy, both about social influencers, engagement. And I think the challenge now is how to get us all on the same page now that it's becoming a lot more complicated than banners and pre-roll. Native advertising, branded content is something that we're very interested in doing, and for us, we're just beginning down that road. So I think that's one of my goals in 2015 is to really push into that area and ideally use social and social influencers to make our audiences bigger than the scale we have already. So I would look at it from our perspective as a huge opportunity, both for us and for the advertiser.